All right, guys, welcome back. Turn 23. Okay, right. There's a lot to talk about with this turn, and I guess if you don't want to hear it, you can skip ahead to when I start actually taking action, but I need to talk about quite a bit. Quite a bit has happened. Okay. And then, right, okay. So what happened, guys, is today is Monday. Last week on Thursday is when I originally took this turn. Okay, I took turn 23 last week on Thursday. And what happened was my game ended up crashing on me, which is kind of a common thing if you've been following any of the games on my channel. It happens quite often. And yeah, there is a lot to talk about. I'll get to it in a second. But bottom line is, we do, as you know, in all the games on this channel, play with Iron Man mode, which is meant to, all it does is it keeps a track of if a player has restarted his or her turn, which is not allowed, right? Because one, it can be used to redo a battle, like say you mess up, like say you take a battle here at the dungeon or something and it goes bad, maybe you made a mistake. Well, you're not allowed to just restart and redo it, retaking the turn. But in more egregious cases, it can be used to, like in terms of movement, right? Like say you move somewhere bad, like you move without scouting, you run into trouble. Well, if you're a nefarious player, you can revert that, you can restart your turn, and then that never happened. So it can get kind of bad. So I've had a strict no restarting policy in these games, and the way we handle it is by skipping the turn. We set the timer to 1 day and then let the turn expire, which skips the turn. All of your units are idle, but any resources production in the cities, research, and all of that goes through. Anyways, that's what I did on Thursday of last week because I crashed. And then we were waiting for the next player, Mizrael97, to take his turn. Well, today on Monday, this morning, I got a message from him, and he was asking about. What did he say exactly? He said that he wanted to skip his turn. He said he noticed that I had set a 1 day timer, but then I turned it off afterwards, right? Because it was just meant to skip my turn. And he was like, I want to skip my turn too. And I was like, what? And so I asked him, and he basically, it's, he wants to make it fair, and because I told him what happened, and he wants to skip his turn. And then Madgi chimed in. Actually, what's funny is Madgi, so that's the human warlord, this player, sent a message. I didn't even see it, but he sent it right before I responded to Mizrael97, saying that he thinks maybe we should revert the turn, roll back the turn. So anyways, these guys, they're coming out and saying that they trust me and don't want this to happen. So I gave it a little thought and then decided, okay, I will revert the turn because they are in agreement and then retake the turn. That's what I'm doing right now. And it is nice of them. I do appreciate it, although it is, I do enforce the rule for a reason, and I also enforce it on myself because we have had foul play in the past on this channel, and so I try to avoid that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, first of all, you can go, I don't know why my game crashed. I mean, it's, like I said, it's been a common occurrence, and I also explained to these guys in our messages back and forth. What I've done is, after many years, because I've exhausted every possibility, guys. I've done everything. I've cleaned out my computer. It's not an overheating problem. So I regularly clean my machine. I've dusted it out. All my drivers are up to date. Everything is clean and up to date, and there's no overheating issue. I have no idea what it is. Also, the other thing I should say is my game crashed last week. Not last week, because this is Monday. The week before last. So it crashed twice in 2 weeks. Okay. So it's crazy, and what I've kind of realized and what I told these guys is I've been overclocking my computer ever since I built this machine back in like 2017, 2018, okay? What's funny is I played this game, I played Age of Wonders 3 for about a year. That's when I first started playing back in the summer of 2019. And then I played through like the spring of 2020. And even back then I was crashing intermittently. So it's not a new issue for me. It's been the whole way. I don't know how many times I've crashed on this in the games on this channel alone. What I've done is I've abandoned my overclock. I did go through some of the posts on the Steam forums for this game, and a lot of people have had issues with crashing, a lot, but I did finally come across a post with one of the developers, one of the people who worked at Triumph, even saying that the game could expose like stability issues with your overclock, which is kind of crazy because, like I said, I've been overclocking since 2017. My machine is stable. I've had no problems at all. This is the only game I've ever crashed. No stability issues whatsoever. But anyways, after exhausting every possible avenue, what I've done is I've gotten rid of my overclock. So I'm hoping this will maybe make a difference. Obviously, I didn't want to do it, but I guess I love this game too much, guys. It's too good of a game. Is there anything else to mention about it? Is there anything else I forgot? There's a lot to talk about with it. I think that's kind of everything. Let's get down to the turn now. What I'm going to do... Oh, no, there is one more thing, which makes it even more of like a kind of a nightmare what's happened. The last turn, my recorder did not record for like the first 15 to 20 minutes. And I realized it when we decided to fight the battle here at the Watchtower, okay? That's when I looked down and noticed that my recorder it like crashed out and it wasn't recording. So then I started the recorder during this battle. Anyways, once that battle ended, I only recorded 52 seconds. It's a 52-second video. I'm probably not going to publish it. I'm going to unlist the video and leave it in the playlist. So you guys can go and check it out. That's why I'm mentioning it now. But maybe that has something to do with it, like stability, overclock, and like me starting the recorder midway during a battle, and then it crashed right after the battle when we came back to the strategic layer. I don't know. It does suck because I would like to kind of like proving that because what we're gonna have to do now is I'm gonna have to redo what I did last week on Thursday, and it would have been nice to like prove exactly step by step that I'm making all the same moves, right? But at the very least, in that 52-second clip, we do pop back to the strategic layer, so you'll be able to see the mini map, and you'll be able to see what I had seen. This is where let's like start moving, okay? I'm just gonna clear all of this first of all. None of this really matters. We have Grimbeak Crow ready. Domain invasion at Imdar's Deep, that's here. He took the city, okay? Captured the city, and then Bela has leveled up. We'll get to that in a second. The first 15 to 20 minutes of the last turn, a lot of it was all spent on trying to weigh out where we're going to, like, how are we going to juggle this, okay? Because what happened is these lost souls, this is Mizrael 97, the Necromancer. He had brought these souls up the river. That's why we brought our archer up from our throne city here to defend here. He was here, but then he pulled back here and took an attack here at Imdar's Deep. We can pull up the battle. I'm not going to rewatch the battle, but why is it not showing up? Yeah, here it is. Right, okay, right. He lost the battle. Why did he lose the battle? I watched this last turn. It's because the builder is retreating during the battle, right? Now, it can't fully retreat. If you're on the tactical map, like clearing this, for example, the builder will actually like retreat the battle. It'll run away completely. But at a city, it can't run away. It just runs back into the buildings. Anyways, the way tactical combat works is if there hasn't been any damage dealt within 5 turns, the attackers lose the fight. So he won the battle, he killed all of us here, but because the builder ran away, these weren't able to catch up in time within the 5 turns. So then the battle is like lost per se. So that's why he didn't capture us here. It's just the builder left. Anyways, we have to all of last turn was spent figuring out how are we going to deal with this? Like, how are we going to come back here? We have to land here. And then we also have, what I did was, I'll do it now. This is exactly how I moved last turn. We pulled the crow through here. A lot of it was spent debating, where am I going to drop the new crow? I was debating whether to drop the new crow here to get vision here. Because where is his army? Right? You see the scouts here, and then the unicorn is sitting at the city. His army never disembarked. His army actually is right here, pulled over here. So, anyways, after a lot of deliberation, we decided that I wanted to summon the crow here, okay, to help Birgit. So we brought this crow over like this. And we actually, I took the risk. We could have gone to the mountains, right, but I said no to get vision, and that's what we saw. So the crow's going to be sitting out here on the water. He's pulled around the bend, okay? What's amazing about this is we're going to be able to take the fight on him because if you remember, we embarked with Tian last turn here. Right. So the way, and then now I'll remove what we did here, which was what I decided in the end was attacking the tower. Now, the way this works, I'm not sure if this player is aware of this, maybe not. You can attack the tower directly. The tower behaves similar to a city or a fort. It's projecting like the adjacent hex rule applies. So, yeah, standing next to it here, he will get brought into the fight, and that's what happened. If you go check that last clip that I was talking about, that's the fight. So we'll do that again now, and what I did was I disembarked like this, okay, and then I summoned the crow. Now, the other thing to say is I kind of learned something, which is I was thinking, okay, we'll disembark, and then Birgit will have the points. This is part of why I wanted to use the crow here, okay? Because I was thinking Birgit can have the points, and with the crow, come up here and kill these lost souls, right? To save this city. Well, that's not how it works. Look at her points. So, she can't reach. The reason that is because you have 21 move points on a ship. That doesn't change when you disembark. It's not like it's some ratio and switches back over to 36 points. No. You're left with the 21, and then you've got the disembarking cost of 4. She does have fast embark, so she doesn't spend any extra points. It's just the cost of the hex that you're disembarking onto. Anyways, we will do this fight exactly as we did it before with the crow. We actually lost the crow in that fight. And we actually moved with this thing, I believe. So we'll do it again. Taking the fight here. It's actually worse for us this time. Wow. I guess we'll watch it, right? Because it's a different fight, different outcome. Last turn, we didn't lose the scoundrel. This turn, we did. Oh, Oh, he crit on us. That's probably has something to do with it. But we do have that nice spirit buff, and... Oh, wow. But we got the spirit damage, it's very strong, and I mean... Alright. Okay, so we've redone this fight. With the worst outcome, in fact. Now, and that's where we crashed, and then we had yet to do this fight here, which we're going to have to do now. And I don't know, how are we going to be positioning for that? How did I do this again? I think I don't remember if I swung out like this or something. I think no. What we determined was, if you look at turn 22, we lost a crow here. His leader has respawned, and he had like a scout and monster hunter here, taking our scout out. But all the wetlands are slowing him down, so there's no fear of him being embarked here. That's why we're so confident in pulling down. So let's like start doing that. We're gonna have to take the fight. And this crow can't reach, yeah. How are we got to think about how we're going to do this. We have points. We have, what about items? I think the way we do it is, Tian is a warlord. Tian has the most like buff potential here with the defense command, and we can also take, I guess, range command is what I was thinking. What can Balo be taking that's useful here? I think I was thinking put Balo with her, right? Give Balo the range buff as well, maybe. And then the way we ought to be fighting this is vertically, right? Because it's, putting as much distance between us and the scout backline, and then putting some stronger guys on flank here, but have a direct, like, weakest units in the back furthest away from his reinforcements. With Tian as a leader, I guess. So, yeah, so Tian goes here. Let's put in for the range buff here. Range command. And I'm not sure, maybe an HP buff. Who else in the back? The archer should go in the back. Like, certainly this one has a no metal. Channelle will be on flank, absolutely, because otherwise she overrides Tian's command. So we have 4 slots. 3, 4. I don't know. This guy can kind of take a punch, but maybe you don't want him on the flank. I don't know. He's he has very high damage. 14 damage, like, compared to 9, right? Right, it's insane. So you do want him in the back, probably. Put him in the back. Putting the scoundrel in the back. And then question is, do we throw Balo in the back with them? We have 2 slots. Longbow 13, that gets boosted to 14. And she's in the back with Nourishing Deal healing up the back line. Tian has one more point here. Probably just go for a flat HP, I would guess, and Balo should probably be taking that shield. I mean, look at her. We're humans, so we have Mariner. We don't suffer embarkation penalties, but Balo is a halfling. She does. She has only 6 armor. Like, isn't that crazy? Maybe we just leave the Civic Guard up here. I think so. I think we'll go ahead and throw Balo in the back line, and let's hand that shield off to her. Well, you're an elf too. You're an elf, for God's sake. You're gonna have. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, wait, what's going on here? She's armored, so it's helping. Balo is not armored. Okay. And then how are we gonna buff Balo up here? Hey, you know, oh my god, how does this work? Like, what happens if I just give her swimming? You have to, just a side note, guys, this is something I learned a long time ago. It's one of those crazy things about this game. If you have a floating unit, like say you have an item like some boots. I think there are some boots in this game that give you like levitation. If you're over the water and then you unequip those on a hero and you don't have swimming or anything, you will actually drown. Like, no joke, you will drown. So it's kind of making me paranoid looking at this swimming. But I mean, I don't think that's not going to hurt her. She's already embarked. Like, sure, that surely won't hurt. It'll actually maybe I don't know if it overrides the embarkation here. Probably. So that alone boosts her stats by a lot. -3. She's going to go up to 10. Isn't that great? 3 points for 3 armor. And resistance. Not that it's really... Well, it'll factor in a little bit. What else do we have? Probably not... We already went heavy on the ranged here. I kind of like that. Let's try this. So we put in for swimming... Oh, wait a minute. It didn't do anything. Oh, wait, what? It didn't override, guys. Look at that. It still says she's embarked. Alright, we learned something. We learned something with that. That doesn't work. That's kind of a waste. I already gave her an HP buff, so maybe give her an armor buff here. Well, or you can just give her... I don't know. I think HP is maybe... Well, she's got that physical weakness, but HP is maybe better. I hope I don't regret that. So that's everything, guys. Well, spellcasting is going to go off. We can kind of just think about it. We have Berserk. I mean, maybe that helps. We have that kind of thing. Balo has Rust Strike. Well, they are armored. Maybe that goes off. That's, you know, they don't really have mounted except the hero. Okay, guys, I guess we're gonna take the fight now. Moving with, well, maybe this guy. I don't know. Probable victory. Probable victory. So we are kind of outnumbered a bit by 1. Does she have convert? No. No, but his leader can do the berserk. Remember, and we... did I not think about that? Could we have taken break control here? We probably could have. Oh no, not on her. No, no, we don't have it. This is what went bad in the fight here earlier in the game, or, you know, when we took the big battle here. His leader casted Berserk on us, and we twice, and it really, we got, it's kind of like we got outnumbered. That could happen again. But he's not present this time. Okay, he's not present in the fight. Probable victory. I feel like it's not true. I feel like I don't really trust that. I think it's going to go much better than we're thinking. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, cross your fingers, guys. Here we go. It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. We lost all these guys. But thankfully we kept our champion archer. Let's go ahead and watch this one. Berserk. Sure enough. So that is from his leader. Yes, his leader just casted Berserk on Balo, but it failed to go off. Reduced her move points. Here's the nourishing meal from Balo. We got this monster hunter in a net. Scoundrel. Who was that? Was that a scout that we took out? Oh, that is smite from his hero, Telnae. Big damage from our champion archer. Okay. Another net going off from Civic Guard on flank. There's our leader Channelle coming in. So wait a minute. So this is Berserk. Okay, we casted Berserk on this hunter. It's turned against his army. So even though, oh my goodness, even though we got Berserk off here, you know, we took heavy damage despite that. He's no longer Berserk, but now we're hitting. There we are, engaging his Theocrat hero. Civic Guard flanked in the back by the Monster Hunter. Civic Guard falls to Telnae. Flanking from Channelle onto Monster Hunter now, closing in on Telnae. Taking out, Telnae takes another Civic Guard with her to the depths of the sea. Wow, okay. It really wasn't a joke, probable victory. It was very kind of a nasty battle. Lost a lot here. Let's, well, how are we going to do this? We've leveled up, we should probably do that. This is all, we have to think about this now. We have a quest here for a human knight. That's a full stack of Civic Guards with just us. I mean, we should... How the heck are we going to do this? First of all, we have another quest, 6 turns. I don't know if we're going to ever get over there. That's a quest in the far west. From Eric Cast. It's a different city. This one we have a lot of time. Maybe we ought to secure this. I mean, maybe we should have tried securing this more heavily from the start. But the other fear is... There's the other fear, guys. And then, like, yeah, like last turn. Well, the failed turn. We saw that the Necromancer, he took this into his control here. And then this had been cleared. He may be coming this way. He may be launching an attack here. And it's like, we need to get back here and defend. No? I don't know. What's the right call? you know, vassalship here, it takes 4 turns. It takes a long time. And, I mean, Madgi's probably going to embark again with his leader and try to make a run here. This may have been, you know, this whole thing has been maybe too ambitious trying to take this, and that's, I was talking about it in the last, you know, the crash turn. Talking a lot about how, you know, maybe this was a big mistake, trying too hard to take Trestlon into our control with the big mountains here blocking us off. She really can't move here? Why is that? How does that make any sense? What? Why can Balo not move? I thought it was a 3 cost on water. Is this some kind of a bug with the swimming and embarkation? 3 move cost? No? Like, that's weird. It's not too big of an issue, but picking up the item here, and then maybe we do look to come here, you know, maybe we do look to land. I mean, we can't move much further than this, so I don't know, maybe we should all just stick together. What if he hits us with hunters? I think it's unlikely, but hunters and scouts. Well, at least move Channelle off. Let our warlord take over here. Maybe. We'll sit like this, I guess, you know, okay. The leveling up. We could be taking field medic. How much is that helping? Well, I mean, Balo's going to be using Nourishing Meal. It's kind of too much at the moment. We could be putting in for something else. That's tough. Maybe we kind of hold off on that. Channelle can take Assassin Strike. Poison Knowledge, but that does not override. I'd rather have Tian leading here. Armor Piercing for the whole stack. That's pretty great too. I don't know, guys. It's kind of like maybe we got to hold off and see what we really need here. It kind of depends on what's going to happen next. Where's this moving? Maybe I'll just move here and look to maybe deny, like, taking the shrine or something. And then what are we going to do? You know, this, we got to talk about this. This is, first of all, we can't defend it. Now we can maybe say we can bring the builder back here. We need to cancel this because he's going to take the city. Like, right? Surely these guys surely can't reach. No. Canceling the wooden wall. Okay. Capturing tower. Well, we can capture the tower. You know, Birgit... I think Birgit can handle herself against these guys, so if he ever decides to come out... We can actually defend here together. We could stand here together. Isn't that interesting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 24. Nah, it's too much to be. I'm saying taking the tower with builder. $10, $14. So we're stuck here alone, and we can't even support her. Like, I'd like to bring somebody out, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He doesn't really see anything of note here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not so bad that he has the tower. We could leave that up. If we want to be extra safe, right? Keeping Birgit combined with somebody here. Keep building up defense, because like I said, the necromancer might land here soon. It's gonna be rough. I mean, this is a small thing, guys, but you noticed how he had no problem taking out 3 prospectors here. Well, it's the same issue here. Like, you split up from the hero. He could maybe pull around and then hit these guys, and their physical damage isn't going to be hitting through. And then maybe they kill one, or they're both, and like they have Undying, so they come back to life. And then all the while, Birgit is way back here trying to like get up, and it's too late, and we end up losing 2 guys for nothing. That can happen. Will he do it? I mean, it's possible. I would maybe consider doing that. Possible. You can take the city and then also do that. I don't know. I mean, she can probably handle herself, but you gotta be worried about the combat spells like Death Ray. But she is a Frostling, so she's kind of resistant to that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of wrong. I'll try it. Okay, we'll kind of like take it, and then leaving the tower up, we'll get that later. Moving here. So Birgit, and then the builder should join us. Joining us here, I guess. Okay. The city's a goner. Production at Fangil. Get another defender out, I guess. That's we're kind of gonna have to bolster up here. Is Archer really worth it, or should we be... You know, what are the odds that we're going to be leveling these guys up, the scoundrels? Aren't they just kind of crap compared to this now? What are we at, by the way? 38 minutes. Man. Surprised at how long that took. Well, but we did talk quite a bit at the start for like 10-15 minutes. Do you guys think I ought to, like, you know, it is better to cancel the quest earlier? Like, how are we going to get back here in time? We're probably not. So the sooner you abort it, the sooner the penalty wears off and they're like happy with you again. I think it does kind of matter. Well, I'll give it one more turn and then we'll cancel next turn, okay? What was my plan? What are we doing here with this research? This is a waste. Well, it's not okay. Not exactly. I was putting in for this. If I remember correctly, to be spamming more crows, because like during all this time, I was like, we were hurting with the information. I was like last in the crash turn, I was like spending a lot of time thinking, do we summon the new crow here, or am I going to need? Is Birgit going to need it? And it's like we're hurting for crows. We're hurting for vision. So researching more CP. But at the same time, if we're ever going to hit back here, we need to hit back, and because the Warlord is going to be mass producing a lot, and then the Necromancer is kind of rough too, right? We need assassins. Like, we need to get behind enemy lines and actually do something. And that would be going up the tree here. This is only a 10. It's such a waste, but we get the CP going. We can postpone and, go for the library here. The library will take care of that for us, and it's not such a waste anymore. It's kind of tough. That's everything. That's our last decision, guys. This, I'm a little like, I wonder if I should be saving the points here to, like, what if they, it's saying they can all reach, I guess. Right? It's a bit hard to say, because it's calculating their movement now, no? It's saying if I move all the way up. No, she can land from there, but what about... 4 is 12. 18, 21. See, look at that. It's like they can't reach, apparently, if I'm doing the math right. 4 times 3 is 12, and then this costs 6 plus 3. So it's 18, 20, it's 21. That's all their... That's a full move points, look. Right? Maybe we don't F around with that. Move up here. Okay. And then Balo's stuck. Balo has swimming. That should be factoring in. But maybe not. Maybe the game is just going to keep her on the boat. I won't ramble anymore, guys. I know you're probably annoyed with that. Yeah, this. It feels bad to waste the knowledge like that. Getting a bard out, I mean, it would help with our critical chance, right? Critical strike chance against... against this attack by the Necromancer, possibly. So we could be putting in for that. But my thing is... We might never get here in time. Like, we're going to be sitting on low CP forever if I just don't put in for it now. Like, we don't know if we're ever going to get back here, depending on what happens. And there's no other way to fix that, so... What if we want to get this thing up to? Now, that's not good at all against the Necromancer. That's the other issue with our situation, playing a rogue. The poison does not work against the undead. I'm gonna bite the bullet here and go for it. Like, take the loss of knowledge and get the CP going. And then this is the other thing, is this archer idea. I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. But I mean, 8 times 3, that's 24 damage potentially versus 10. I mean, it's a big increase. Yeah, it's a lot more. mount a defense here. Focus on a defense. That's what's going to matter. Could even bring this guy out, but let's maybe not risk it being open. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll leave it here. And as always, I will catch you on turn 20 for